Hello and welcome to Lasse from Review. Today we're smoking pork hocks. So these are Swedish, which is good. Swedish pork hocks, they're about 5 pounds, I would say, 2.2 kilos. And I'm going to start off by rinsing them thoroughly and then submerging them in water in this glass bowl and let them drain out a little bit of the salt, because these are pre-brined. And that's the only way you can get them here this time of year anyway. I haven't found any that are not brined. Anyway, I'm going to leave them in the water for about an hour before I put them on the smoker. Okay, so the fire's lit. This is actually not going to be a stick fire really, because I don't need it to be that hot. So I'm going to be using lump, but I don't have any, so I need to go find some. And I want to get this started. So I got a couple of briquettes in the bottom that I'm lighting up, and then a couple of split logs of birch on top of there. I'm gonna do this at 225, something like that. And anyway, I need to dry the pit out because it's a little bit damp on the inside. And I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, time to put these on. I'm just gonna season them a little bit with bastard rub and then let them run on the smoker. I think that should be good. I'm gonna probe them, of course, with my meter probe, something like so. See you up, and there we go. So I've got the probe in here, and it was a little bit hard to find the thickest part of the piece and get it far enough in there. Okay, so when starting off, I realized that the range of the Bluetooth was about 3, maybe 4 feet. So I'm using an old phone to connect to the probe, which is underneath the 1/4-inch thick aluminum lid. And then I'm going to use that as the Wi-Fi relay of the information to the iPad on the inside. Okay, so with the little phone out there, it seems to be working. This is actually connected now over the cloud, or Wi-Fi, I would say, because this is a Wi-Fi only iPad. Anyway, so let's set up a cook. I'm gonna put it at, do some pork. Chop, ham, shoulder, loin. I'll go with shoulder then. Now I want that to become smoked. Wonder if that's gonna work. Anyway, I hope so. Let's monitor this. Start to cook. I did put the probe in there, and as it is now, we have a target, we have a internal temperature, and we have the ambient temperature. The ambient temperature is going to go up. I just closed the lid out there. So anyway, meet you back in a few hours. Okay, so these guys have been on here 3.5 hours, and it's time to wrap them. There we go. So now we're going to see how much longer they're going to have to be on there. At a moment it said 7 hours ago, and I guess it would be more closer to 5 perhaps. Anyway, closing the lid. Okay, so the ambient temperature here is only 208, but the meter probe tells me that it's more. So I'm gonna see. I think that this foil wrapping is disturbing the probe. So I'm gonna try to move that a little bit and see if I could get it to rise. Well, back in a bit. Fire going. Okay, so it says remove from heat 207 degrees. I think I need to probe that, so I'm gonna probe it. Anyway, it's giving off an alarm. Not really 207, it probably depends on where the probe is. I'll go with that. I'm gonna bring it in and let it rest, and then we'll see what comes off of it when we try to pull it. And there we go, the cook summary. As you can see, I opened the lid a few times, but that happens. 6 hours, 15 minutes. I wrapped it in the middle there after about 2.5 hours. It reached 207, which is probably about 200 degrees, but it's fine enough. Anyway, back in a bit. Okay, so I pulled these pork hocks, and I'm actually gonna make a soup out of them. So I put all the leftover stuff in a skillet, and I'm gonna fill it with water, add some vegetables, and make a stock out of it. But I'm not gonna film that. It's just gonna be boiling for couple of hours until I think it tastes good, and then I'm gonna strain it and use it as a base for soup. Lessons learned today. Well, first off, the end of the probe needs to have air circulating around it. At least that's what I think, because it didn't pick up the ambient temperature the way it should. I had my ThermPro right next to it, and they did not show the same thing. But then after I moved the end of the probe away from the meat, it did a better reading. It read the temperature better. And then also, if you have a thick pit, you need to have something to relay the signal with, because the range of the Bluetooth is not very far. Yesterday in my steel bucket grill, I had a range of about 15 feet, I would say. And today, using my concrete offset, which is quite thick, and it has about a 1/4 inch thick aluminum lid, and the range was between 3 and 4 feet, so that's not very far. And what I did was I put an old phone right next on top of the pit in a plastic bag, and had that as a relay. That, on the other hand, worked splendidly. I had full access all over the house, and wherever I had Wi-Fi or 4G. So anyway, so far I'm still happy with it, but if I should see a downside, it would be the Bluetooth range. But of course, it's a small device, and it's really hard to push everything through. Battery life was good. It didn't run out of battery, and I had it running for about 6.5 hours, I think it was. You can see that on the graph. Anyway, so far, so good. Thank you for watching. Bye.